next 3 to 5 years? What are the most solid picks for that? I'm going to give you my top 3 picks at the end of this video. Also, we're going to be doing a update on Monarch today. As you guys can see, I'm rocking my Monarch shirt. It's the only ICO I've ever invested in. They got a pretty big news update. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about Square and the success that Bitcoin has had on that app and what that means for the whole Bitcoin ecosystem going forward, or the whole crypto ecosystem, that is. But before we go any further, make sure you are a subscriber to our channel. Hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. If you do, you are a member of the Bit Squad. As a member of the Bit Squad, you have the opportunity to win $500 in Ethereum and merch for October and November. Like this video, comment down below on this video, and do those same things on all of our videos in October and November to get your maximum number of entries. Okay, guys, just a quick look at the markets today. We bounced up a little bit today. We are at $213 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 52.1, so it dropped yet again. So that's good. Really want to see that get back under 50%, and then we can really maybe start talking about some altcoin season, type stories. So looking at the top 100 here is a good mix of winners and losers, but mostly it's like maybe up 1%, down 1%. It's not that much movement. However, we do have Ethereum with 140% gain today. All the hallmarkings of a pump and dump in the making. Decentraland, Ravane, PoonDX actually had a pretty big bump over the last 2 days with a dip in the middle. Ravencoin, after its correction, it might be back up on a good climb. Chainlink also up 5% and Dogecoin up 5%. But as you can see, it's a good mix, about half and half today. Most being in that -2 to 2% range. So let's talk about some news updates. Let's talk about Monarch. So Monarch has a big partnership they've just announced with gochain. So I just wanted to highlight this little paragraph. If you don't know what gochain is, I know we talked about Monarch on the channel a lot. So if you don't know what Monarch is, you can watch our review video on that. Just search BitBoy Monarch, and I'm sure it'll come up. A lot of people like to put those little cards up here, but that's so annoying. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, all right. gochain is a scalable, high-performance, low-cost, and decentralized blockchain that supports smart contracts and distributed applications. 70% of Ethereum's mining operations are in China, but gochain requires that nodes are in different countries ran by unrelated operations. That's pretty big. Making gochain more decentralized than Ethereum. gochain is also 100 times faster than Ethereum, able to support 1,300 transactions per second instead of 13. gochain miners use 1/1000th of the energy that Ethereum requires, giving itself a large advantage over other protocols. So gochain users will now be able to use the Monarch wallet. Just pretty exciting to see all the partnerships Monarch has. It continues to get more partnerships, it seems like, every week. As you guys know, I'm good friends with Crypto Beatles, or Robert Beatles, if you will. And, I get to hear a lot about this project, and I'm very excited. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's the only ICO I've ever invested in, and I do expect this one to do really, really big things. A lot of people, they say like, oh, what out of the cryptos, what's the next Amazon? What's the next Google? Well, some of them could be at an ICO stage. And I'm not going to say Monarch is the next Google or the next Amazon, but we don't know the potential that it has. And that really goes for other ICOs too. ICOs really become a bad word, and I don't like that because, yes, there are a lot of crappy, scammy ones out there. Spammy, scammy, the whole 9 yards. But there are some really good projects. I believe Monarch is definitely one of them. So here we have this story about Square. Square's Bitcoin revenue is exploding. And, this is something I wanted to talk about because I've talked about this on a few different videos, and I just want to reiterate this. Square, which is the CEO is Jack Dorsey, also the CEO of Twitter, or founder of both, whatever it is. He works with both companies. And, Square is one that can crush the competition because it's so massive. If you go to a flea market, everybody's using Square. You scan your Square card there, or your credit card on the Square app and things like that. And when we have projects like Request Network, PoonDX, OmiseGo, these are companies, mycrypto.com is another one. These companies, what they're trying to do is make it easier for people to spend their crypto. Well, they better go ahead and get a big head start, because once Square decides that they want in on crypto and they want to go full force in it, then they could easily make competitors to these projects. So if these are projects that you're invested in, it's definitely something to think about for the long-term aspects of these projects. Do start thinking about, will a company like Square or Visa or some other processing company be able to come in and sweep away all of their customers because they have the money and the ad revenue to the advertising budget to be able to do that. So yes, it's good that Square's Bitcoin revenue is exploding, but if you're a fan of these other projects, then I don't know if this is good news. I think you probably don't want Square getting all up in crypto. So just my personal opinion on that and something to think about. So here we go. I found this article, or not article, I found this thread on Reddit where it says, I haven't seen much of a correction across the whole cryptocurrency landscape. It seems they're all doing very well, even the ones that aren't being used for much besides speculation. Thinking 3 to 5 years out, which cryptocurrencies feel the safest for developers holding? You should have said hodling, right? I feel pretty safe with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I have no idea what to make of things like IOTA or EOS or Tron, etc. And so that got me thinking, like, what are the 3 projects that I feel like in the top 100 or even in cryptocurrency in general that will definitely be around in the next 3 to 5 years? And really, as I was going down through CoinMarketCap, there were definitely several that seemed to pop out as possible candidates, but some of them I feel like definitely have a stronger case for stability than others. And there is a whole nother discussion, which I would like to get into in a different video and to be honest with you, I'm kind of on the fence on this. I don't know which way I'm going to go. Like, are we heading towards a world where everything is tokenized and we're only scratching the surface right now on the amount of projects that we're going to see? Or will we see something like the .com bubble or the tech bubble where all of a sudden everything pops and we go down, we only have like 20 left? Well, in either case, these 3 projects I'm going to give you are 3 that I feel like almost no matter what are going to be around either way that we go. So the first one obviously is Bitcoin, right? So it's number 1 on CoinMarketCap for a reason. It's the grandfather of all cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, it may not be the best technically or technologically. It may not be the best as far as privacy goes. However, it's kind of grandfathered in. It's, in my opinion, it has the first mover's advantage and is going to be way ahead of the competition probably forever, in my opinion, as long as we have cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin is number 1. So number 2, I'm going to skip down the list a little bit here to number 10, which is Monero. I believe that Monero is going to have a use case, and it's a privacy coin. It's the best privacy coin out of all the privacy coins. And I believe that's going to stay. There's always going to be a need for people to want to hide their transactions. Not every person, but there is a segment of the population that's always going to want to do that. And Monero provides them that ability. So I think Monero is one that is always going to be around. People are always going to want to use it. It's going to be the number 1 privacy coin. It's going to stay that way for a long time. And then the number 3 one I'm going to look at is going all the way down to number 30 on CoinMarketCap, which is Basic Attention Token. I feel like Basic Attention Token, out of all the projects in the top 100 that are not a store of value coin like Bitcoin or Litecoin, one that has like a utility, Basic Attention Token is one that has, in my opinion, the strongest use case right now. It has a very strong product in the Brave browser. They just did an upgrade and made it 22% faster. And I think that the Brave browser is here to stay. And the Brave browser really doesn't work without the Basic Attention Token. I guess technically it probably could work without it. But the more that this project goes forward, the more integral that the Basic Attention Token becomes to the Brave browser. And what I mean by it could work without it is, I mean, Brave browser technically I think could probably just build a browser that doesn't have token integration into it. But I think it's going to stay that way. I've already got several people that have sent me tips on Basic Attention Token sent me tips with Basic Attention Token through the Brave browser. And I feel like the Brave browser is just very, very strong. It continues to get better. And so those are my top 3 that I believe will be around in 3 to 5 years. Now you might be saying, BitBoy, what about all these other ones? This is my favorite project. Well, I can find both positives and negatives for most of the other projects in, let's say, the top 30. Ethereum has a scalability issue. XRP, if we move to a world that's all crypto, then their number 1 product, XRapid, becomes kind of useless because it's how to send basically fiat across the world quickly. So I don't think that that's going to happen in the next 5 years, but that is a drawback to that. Bitcoin Cash, it has a lot of question marks. Stellar is a really good pick. I feel like Stellar has a great chance to be around as well, but I didn't feel like it was as strong as the other ones I picked. EOS, that's a mess. I don't even want to go into that. Litecoin is another solid pick that I feel like could definitely be included on that list. But I just, if we have Bitcoin as a store of value, if it does move towards using it more as a currency instead of kind of like a gold where people hedge against other markets, then I'm not sure Litecoin will have quite the use case that it has in terms of being the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So I do like Litecoin, though. I think it has a good chance. Cardano, we really don't know what Cardano is going to look like yet. Tether, no comment. I believe Tron has the highest potential out of every project, at least in the top 30. I'll have to figure out how high I can go with that. However, with much risk comes much reward, right? There's a lot of risk with Tron. We don't know what Tron's going to look like, but I'm telling you, I'm going to make a video on why I believe Tron has the most potential for financial gains out of the top 100 or even beyond that. And I think I got a pretty strong argument for it, but it also has the argument where it could go to zero. So that's why I didn't feel like I could put it. Dash is a good project. IOTA is a mess. Binance Coin, who knows what decentralized exchanges will look like and what the exchange world will look like in the future. Neo, Ethereum Classic, NEM, Tezos, Zcash, VeChain. I can go down this list, and I can basically come up with positives and negatives for every project in the top 30. But when it comes to stability and what I actually think will be around in 3 to 5 years, I honestly feel Bitcoin, Monero, and Basic Attention Token are the 3 safest picks for cryptos that will still be around. So I don't know. You guys let me know what do you guys think. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know what you think will be around. As you can see, like I can go down that list and I can get positive and negatives, but these are just the 3 that I decided on, and I would put, if I were betting on it, these are the 3 that I would bet on. So you guys let me know. Drop a comment below. Until next time, BitBoy out.